What we call criticism, seasoned with all kinds of dressing, is in fact not even close to criticism. Unfortunately, we are not all taught to criticize, not in schools, not anywhere else except maybe in College of Literature, but we are all taught to treat ourselves and others harshly, even aggressively. Inner critic is killing us as well. Therefore, under the gaze of criticism, a lot of good people try to cram each other with aggression, insult, complaints, discomfort, and unsolicited advice. Hi, my name is Mona Romanska. I'm a love coach, and I would like to tell you today about criticism, what kind of criticism exists, and what to do with that, how to criticize productively. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. St. Bernard. Let's talk about criticism, about how to do well and how, if possible, not to do badly, and to try to change our world for the better. So what is criticism? It is an analysis, evaluation, and dissection of a work or product or even a person, indicating possibilities for improvement. What is the purpose of criticism? Strange as it may seem, but to help its object to improve itself or its creation, to stimulate it to develop. Proper criticism arouses good feelings and positively motivates, because the object of criticism understands he or she is not alone, he or she is helped, and people care about the quality of his work. Let's look at the most common mistakes people of our mentality make in the process of criticism. First, they give out their opinion without being asked. That is the main idea. Unsolicited advice is never welcome. The idea of responding only on request to anything, also extremely difficult for any person to grasp. The default checkboxes in our head are such that any manifestation of any human being into the environment automatically means that everyone passing by has the indisputable right to evaluate this manifestation, to condemn them, to say something about them, to react somehow to the best of their ability and intelligence, and expect to be listened, or better yet, to be acknowledged and thanked. It is also the default checkboxes to get offended, get angry, and speak out if they don't want to listen, except thanking us. I almost never manage to explain that it actually works the other way around. Look, if people hasn't asked for your reactions, then you shouldn't feel any urge to criticize. Capital letters, no urge to criticize. The first rule of criticism is upon request. And certainly, no resentment should arise that somebody is not interested in your opinion and nor in your source. You may have feelings, thoughts, and reactions in response to any stimulus, but they are yours alone, and you have to deal with them. If for some reason they have a vector immediately toward feedback to the source of the stimulus, that's an unhealthy reaction on many counts at once. Work with an unhealthy stuff, please, and don't beat others with your own issues. And secondly, people think of criticism as anything but criticism itself. The main reason is the harsh environment in which we grew up and the distortion of perception associated with it. Because of this distortion, we just take as criticism anything negative, both to us and from us. You have to understand one thing. Even if you come out from good intentions and want to help, unsolicited advice will be taken as an attack. Lack of support. And it's not what you really want. It's not your intention. You want to show that you care. Just do it indirectly or in a different way, with kindness, with comprehension, with understanding, with being in shoes of this person. Receiving unsolicited advice, especially something that doesn't contain anything positive, our brain takes as an attack. In case if you desperately want to help and no one asks your opinion, here's what you can do. You can say, the other day I watched your video, and pause. Look at the person, look at the body language. Does this person get nervous, or is it any excitement? And then wait for the response. It could be, so how did you like it? Start with positive. there is always something positive that you can find, like, I admire your courage for doing this. Then you can use indirect suggestion. For example, I have heard from a friend of mine is that short videos people love to watch nowadays, it seems like they get tired or bored of long videos. That's it. You are not directly suggesting to cut those videos off. You let it sink in a person's head and to decide what to do. Now, here you can see the difference in productive criticism and not productive. Your video is useful. I didn't even know this and that, and my only concern that the sound, I had difficulties with it, and not productive. Your content seems to be boring. I turn off after just a minute of watching. First of all, it's not objective. It's your personal opinion. And let someone to decide what content to choose. It's up to them to detect if it's a good content or not, depending on discovering on how many views they got, how many likes, or whatever source they consider to be valid. What is essential is to start unsolicited criticism with positive note and to add briefly your concerns, because you want a person to know that you support him, not attacking him. And one more last thing, look at this way. Are you sure you are not only an expert in the subject of criticism, but the person that the other person is considering you to be that expert? If so, why this person didn't ask you for your advice at the first place? In my next video, you can find out how to make a criticism to be productive.
You remember